Meanwhile, in stately Wayne Manor...
Holy Saturday, Batman! Another 1966 Batmobile build video coming at you today on Brickscale Studio. Welcome back to Brickscale Studio. My name is Jeff. Thank you so much for joining me. But today is a pretty chill episode. We're building the steering wheel in one issue, which is a lot of things to do compared to the second issue, which we're just attaching a hose to a fuse box. We're attaching a hose to a fuse box, and that is it. So let's get into the build, and we will talk about it after.
And in the Batcave, deep below stately Wayne Manor...
Here is issue 83. Oh, that's an interesting illustration. Yeah, these drawings are really cool. All right, so it looks like we are working on the steering wheel, but we will have a finished steering wheel, but we'll not be installing it this episode. Here is the parts pack for issue 83. All right, so here is the steering wheel, and this is metal. Steering column, also metal. Let's see, I believe that's what these are. What are these? Left joystick, right joystick. Okay. This is an instrument panel screen, instrument panel strip, instrument panel lights, and then what is this guy? A universal joint. Oh, good times, good times. Okay, so first thing we want to do is take the steering wheel, and we want to push these into, okay, so it doesn't say to glue, but these, the way you can tell is there's switches on the end here, and so this side is lower than this side, so you want the high side facing this way. So this one is going to go in. This is a little tricky. So yeah, it says that we're just pushing this in, but it's like the hole isn't big enough to accept the part. Yeah, I do not feel that that is secure in there at all. Same thing with this side. I do not feel... Well, I guess they're not coming out. So we will go with it. Right, we need 2 SM screws because we need to take this universal joint and we need to put it in the steering wheel. All right, so we got that in. And now we want a BM screw. We're going to take our steering wheel. And there is a D-shaped pattern, so it can only go in one way. And that is a long screw. All right, so we got that. And of course, yes, one of my pieces fell off here. Oh, and now the other side fell off. You know what? I think I'm going to glue these because, yeah, they are just not sitting in there. And we'll just give that a second to dry. So while we are waiting for that, just going to set that off to the side. We can go ahead and work on this piece. All right, so we're going to take this and we're going to drop it in. All right, there we go. Way more complicated than it needed to be. All right, and this piece, this one should be easy because we're going in the back. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. It does not say to glue it in, but yeah, that is not tight at all. So I'm just going to put some glue on. There we go. And that is it for issue 83. So move that to the side. Here we are with issue 84. All right, so here is the parts pack for 84. All right, we get the firewall, we get a fuse box bracket, and a hose. So we want this piece, which is the fuse box, and then we have a fuse box bracket. And this is a D-shaped pattern, so it can only go on one way. And we just push that on, and that is secure. Then we take this little hose, and we pop that on. And that is it for issue 84. Oh my gosh, how crazy. So that's it. All right, so on to the Lego side. Here we are on the Lego side. So remember, we started the trunk lid in the last episode, so we'll be finishing that today. So we're doing steps 262 through 268. Okay, so that is it through 268. So we finished the trunk. So that opens to reveal the mobile crime computer. So yeah, the back end's looking very sharp. Then we installed the compass and the little bat antenna detector-y thingy. So that will do it for the Lego side. So to recap what we did in this episode, we built the steering wheel. Then we got this firewall, and then we just sort of put together this fuse box. And then over on the Lego side, we installed the compass, the bat detector antenna, bat scope, and then we finished the trunk lid that opens to reveal the mobile crime computer. And that will do it for episode 42. Okay, so see what I mean? A pretty chill episode, not much to do, but we're doing it, and that is what counts. Remember, we've had delays where we've not had anything to do for weeks and weeks because we're waiting for parts. So even if we just have one little hose to push on one little fuse box, at least we're doing, right? So let's get into the summary really quick. On the scale model side, we have completed 5 steps with 13 parts. Most of that was on the steering wheel. On the Lego side, 10 steps and 18 parts. Total to date, 378 steps, 476 parts on the scale model, and 613 steps and 1,523 parts on the Lego side. So yeah, the Lego side's moving right along. We're making incremental but steady progress. It's looking way more complete than the scale model. I mentioned in another episode coming up a couple weeks from now, like I hope I didn't miscalculate and we finished the Lego side way earlier than we finished the scale model. We're supposed to finish them at the same time. So stay tuned for that and see how accurate I was, because it really, especially after you see the next few episodes, it definitely looks like the Lego side is pretty much getting done, and we still have a ton to do on the scale model side. Anyway, enough about that. Remember, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything, and we are trying to hit some subscriber milestones, and when we do, we will give away free Lego. So if you win, it's totally free to enter to win. If you win, I cover the shipping. So free, win-win. It's all good. And the only thing hitting the subscribe button does is notifies you when new videos come out. puts them in your YouTube feed so they're ready for you when you're ready to watch them. Again, totally free. But until we see each other again, happy building, take care, be kind to each other, and I'll see you very soon.